Stop with the tamers. I know, but the people have spoken.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
So let's talk Mage Tamer templates. Now, I'm gonna give you a couple options here throughout this template video. There's gonna be different types of gameplay styles, all kinds of cool things like that. So with that, guys, sit back, grab yourself a beer and your shepherd's crook and spellbook, and let's talk about it. Alright guys, let's get straight into the template. Starting off with animal lore at 120. Just like in the melee template video, we want to max the underdog bonus as much as possible for our pets, and the ability to choose whatever pet we want in game. So this and taming both at 120. Hurting at 120 as well. It's all about that pet damage, baby. Hurting helps tremendously, so let's max this. One thing to note, that selecting a target for hurting will tell all of your pets to attack it. We already talked about it, animal taming at 120. Now here's where we've got a little bit of a choice. We can either do eval at 100 or veterinary at 100. We can go with eval and have more spell damage and somewhat of defense versus thieves and PKs, using magery and command procs to heal our pets, or we can take veterinary for some more pet damage and manaless heals. Keep in mind that when veterinary goes off, you do need to be standing next to your pets. Something really cool with veterinary as well is that it does actually heal you as well, so take that into consideration. Personally, I like the eval. I think most people would prefer the veterinary, but again, it's just a difference in gameplay. Magery at 100. This will further increase the heals done to ourselves and pets, as well as damage done on the offensive spells and our mana mushrooms. Meditation at 100. More mana means more spell casting, which means more chances to proc command, which is key. Now it's time for another choice, Taste ID or Inscription at 60. Capitalizing on mana regain, Taste ID gives us a better chance to generate 2 mana instead of 1 with food. Or if we want, we can take the 60 Inscription instead. This gives us a longer duration for blesses, increasing not only our own hit points and mana cap, but also giving our pets a decent damage increase. Also, a side note, if you went with eval, this will actually help you in terms of damage for your spells if you cast from scrolls, but that's just such a pain in the butt to me. But hey, I know a lot of people are really good at carrying all those scrolls around. Shoot, I can't even remember to bring my crook half the time. Shout out though to Luthieus for implementing scrolls in the shelf, so that might make things quite a bit easier. Alright, moving on to the Wizard Grimoire. Now we need at least 80 Magery and 80 Eval or Meditation in order to gain access to this, so keep that in mind if you're making adjustments to your template. Now you can have a scribe craft a Wizard Grimoire for 25 arcane scrolls and 1 master crafting diagram. These drop off of monsters and can be purchased from other players. I'd make sure to utilize both an overhead as well as cooldowns for each of these. Check out this video here for more information over overheads. Also, Are You Kiddin' made a really great forum post over cooldowns, so I'll put that in the pinned comment below. Alright, create food for 6 points. Procking is key, and more times we cast that means another chance to proc command. So this will give us a mana potion, giving us 25 mana every minute since we have 100 Magery. Magic Arrow for 6 points. This increases damage of our Magic Arrow by 300% every 20 seconds. Harm for just 3 points increases the damage of our harm by 200% every 40 seconds. Fireball for 2 points. Every 60 seconds, Fireball will inflict a 300% damage over time after the initial cast over 15 seconds. Bless for 3 points. Now only take this if we did in fact go with Inscription. Otherwise, toss it back into Fireball. Well, really, I mean, you could do it without Inscription, just be prepared to recast Bless every 2 minutes rather than 7, which could be a big pain and may not be worth the mana cost. Depending on the pet you use would also determine how many points you need, as the more points means more targets will bless with a single cast. Lightning for 9 points. Every 20 seconds, your lightning damage is increased by 200% and hinders the target for 3 seconds, which means they aren't damaging your pets. Greater Heal for 9 points. This gives us a heal over time effect for an extra 35% over 15 seconds to the target. This is such a big help when you greater heal your pets, or even yourself when you take a bleed or a disease. Energy Bolt for 12 points. This ignores 150 of the target's magic resist. Some may want to go with Flame Strike for a higher chance to proc per cast, but Energy Bolt allows us to better manage our mana, and you get more chances to proc, with a slight decrease in chance to proc per cast, if that makes sense. Kind of my same logic in using a Chris over a slower fencing weapon in my last melee Tamer template video. Do keep in mind though that you'll go through more reagents this way, so you need to ensure you're carrying a wizard satchel. As far as aspect, if it hasn't been obvious from me mentioning it, command book. Even an activation and slowly raising it when you can afford to would be superb and be a better proc than anything else. I'd maybe give Eldritch a close second for the book, but command is expensive for a reason. The proc is just so juicy. Command armor for increased pet damage and resistance, and if you just simply won't or can't afford command, water will give you some super juicy heals and is extremely inexpensive. As far as the mastery chain goes, follower damage for more pet damage, follower attack speed for, once again, more pet damage, and if you have command, spell aspect chance links for more command procs. Meditation links are great too and much more inexpensive than the others. We're also more command procs since you'll have more chances to proc due to the increased mana and more damage as a byproduct. Alright guys, let's talk about the pets. This part really hurts me to say. There really isn't any mage specific pets. I really tried to find something. Using the purple ones that Hex actually gave me a pretty big DPS decrease. They just felt bad. It didn't increase my damage enough to really feel like it was worth it, even with eval. Not only that, we all used purple for so long, I felt really cringy using them, even as I have a purple background behind me. So with that, reference the video I did over melee pets, but sub out Hunting Party for something that doesn't require you to be the next to the monster. Or just get a bunch of pets with the Chill and Frenzy ability and dress them up accordingly. Pets that are melee are in a great place right now. Overall, there's plenty of different ways you can play your Mage Tamer template. Currently, as it is though, just playing that Fencer Tamer, it was way more fluid and just much more fast than the Mage Tamer. Although, for some of us, we just really like casting spells more than we like being a Dexer, and that's totally understandable. You're still killing stuff extremely fast. It's not like some super crazy PVM game that requires you to min-max everything by any means at all. So Mage Tamers are in a wonderful place right now. They're a ton of fun. As you can see, hopefully from this video, there's many ways that you can play a Mage Tamer, and comment below some of the different ways that you've got your template set up. Maybe you've got camping in there instead of taste ID or inscription, or maybe you fit in music and Discord and all kinds of weird stuff. The beauty of Ultima Online Outlands is just that there's no wrong way to play your template. And well, maybe I should do a video over the worst template video. That might be kind of fun. Either way, guys, shout out to the Patreons, the channel members, and you for liking this video, as it helps for discoverability for myself, but more importantly, these guys right there, UO Outlands, and my fellow streamers here on Outlands. Make sure you come by the live streams most evenings at 8:30 p.m. Eastern right here on YouTube, and join the almost 3,000 member Discord and hang out with me. One more thing, and I promise I'll let you go. Shout out to the community. We hit over 8,000 subscribers right here on YouTube just the other day, and it really lightened up my heart, made me so happy. So thank you so much for that, guys. I do appreciate you. We'll see if we get that 10,000 by 2024. Other than that, guys, I'll see you next time. Pwnstarr Gaming out.